And I'll let you know when I start seeing comments popping in. I will also be double checking on YouTube and Facebook.
Man, this hat is like all over.
I guess we could let people know who we are, right?
Woo! I think.
No, let's hold it from them. Let's not tell
Yeah,
them.
I would wait a little bit.
Yeah, let's wait like a few minutes or a minute or something.
Maybe I should wear this. I don't know. It'll make me feel better.
All right, so first comments are coming in from Facebook. Jason is my first comment that I'm seeing. Jason Tadeo, hola. Okay, so we've got the Facebook peeps rolling
Hola.
in. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, we are live. This isn't pre-taped. Pre-taped, as if we're actually rolling on tape these days. That's a laugh. Welcome everybody. We're waiting for, okay, so we got some YouTube comments coming in, so that means we are officially full-blown live on both platforms. Yay, technology. Give myself a pat on the back. All right, I still don't understand TikTok. I at least know how to do this. Okay, so we can already start and introduce ourselves. Hi, everybody. Hello. This is obviously on my page and my YouTube channel, so most of you know who I am. And I'm here with my lovely friends who were so awesome to cast me in my first independent feature film. You can watch it now on Amazon Prime. It's called Mandao Returns. So I'm going to give it up to the creators, the producer, the director, writer of this film to introduce themselves.
Well, it's good to be here. My name is Scott Dunn. I'm the writer-director of Mandao Returns. I also play Jay Mandao.
And I'm Gina Dunn. I am the producer of Mandao Returns, and I play the character Fur.
And I'm Sean Liang, and I'm just an actor. Actually, I co-produced this one, also.
That's right.
I play Cousin Andy, and I came back from the first one.
Love. Okay, so before we continue, I want to show you all the trailer so that you understand what this film is about and hopefully get you guys excited and amped up for it, okay? So let's do it.
There's something you should know. They're trying to reach you. Don't let them in, Jay.
Don't let them in!
You okay, Uncle Jay? Yeah, that weird dream.
Autopsy reports confirm that Mars Cop actress Aura Garcia died of an overdose. Coming up next, strippers against global warming.
I have a very important client coming over. Aura Garcia's manager.
Welcome to the house. Tarrant.
What's with your outfit? You look like a homeless bellhop.
Contacting the Dead's been my biggest hit. Well, right after Pet Telepathy.
What is it?
It's called a spirit box.
Have you had any luck with it?
Not yet, but today might be the day. Is someone here?
Can you hear me? Oh my god, this works.
Are you human?
Yes.
Oh, you sound like a lady. Are you single? Hello?
Hey, Jay.
Hey, you're that actress.
Listen, I need your help. Have you ever heard of the population?
We know where you are, and we will be watching.
It's this cult where they initiate new members by making them do rituals and stuff.
Uncle Jay, you wanna know what your purpose is? This is it. We can stop it.
So is it true where you went back in time and prevented someone from dying?
As long as both bodies are sleeping, you should be able to just kind of merge with them.
Yucky.
I told you not to astral project anymore.
Can you twist me? Yeah.
I possess Jackson.
Can't believe you're inside me, Cousin Andy.
Me neither.
Okay, so that is the trailer. And this is a Q&A, so for those of you who are interested in the film or the genre or even filmmaking, I mean, these badasses this is your third feature film that you have produced. So I think might be a lot of aspiring actors and filmmakers who want to not just write their first feature, but you know, bring it to fruition and have it seen by people, like how this one and the film that came before this on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. This is something that was, well, for me, when I was a kid, like I was ever since I was a kid, I set up a camera and would like act out things like Batman Returns. I got my friends together. I played Batman, and my best friend was playing the Penguin. Anyway, I did this all the time in junior high and high school, and it was like my favorite thing in the world. It was like the best hobby in the world. And then I went to Hollywood and just focused on acting, but something was missing. And when I met Gina, who I later married, we decided to kind of go back to what I used to like doing. And Gina was finding an interest in filmmaking too at the time, weren't you?
Yeah.
And so what we did was we decided to make our first feature film, Schlep, and we knew nothing about it. You know, I made some movies, but not with like legit. So we kind of failed 3 times on our first feature film. We went to Illinois. I hired my friends and family, which is, it was a disaster. But and we failed so hard. We failed in we shot for 2 days, and it was like all the sound equipment wasn't working, and we just learned so much. We mounted it up again, went to Arizona to shoot it for some reason, even though we were living in LA. We went to Arizona to shoot this movie. And I didn't believe in rehearsals at the time. I didn't know about rehearsals, how important they were. And that movie turned out terrible. So I didn't release it. And Gina and I got the cast and crew together again, and we shot it and actually made the movie. So we kind of got hooked after Schlep and made Mandao of the Dead in 2018. And I mean, take this over, Gina. I mean, what's it been like for you?
Oh man, if I learned anything is that Google is your best friend. So if you want to make content, you want to make movies, definitely Google whatever questions you have and you'll find a whole bunch of answers, and you just got to do the research and put the hard work in, and you can accomplish anything, you can make anything if you really believe in what you're doing and if you have a passion for it. So working with Scotty has taught me, before we were just actors auditioning on the LA circuit. And, Scott would usually audition for the Asian nerd, which isn't a really good fit for him because look at him, he's gorgeous. And then, and then I would audition for cheerleader number 3. And it's like, come on now. So when we got started into filmmaking, it was such a relief because we got to really put ourselves out there, get creative, and make something. And, since then our audience has grown, and now we have this wonderful sequel. This is our first sequel to a movie. Never thought I'd make an indie film franchise, but welcome to the Mandao universe, everybody.
So we had a question real quick that popped up from DJ Lady Beat saying, so really, is this going to be a Latino modern version of the comedy Scary Movie? Not quite. Do you want to go into that?
I want to answer that. So it's actually it's a diverse cast of Asian, Latino, LGBT actors and filmmakers. And it's actually about this guy who astral projects back in time to help people with different things. And he goes on different adventures. Scott, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, this movie, Mandao Returns, is, yes, like she said, it's Jay Mandao, who I play. Sean Liang plays my cousin Andy, and he's a very enterprising, I guess, sort of like a shaman, right, Sean? A little bit. You're a little bit of a new age guy, and
I think
this movie kind of centers around being. You're a charlatan, Andy. You're a charlatan. Okay, but this one focuses on a B movie actress named Aura Garcia, who will do anything to get ahead in the business, and it kind of leads into Hollywood cults, crazy managers, and just kind of shows an interesting seedy side of Hollywood that I'm kind of obsessed with.
That sounds awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom is watching. My mom said thanks, Mom. She's like, I love the movie.
Yes.
Thank you, Mrs.
Uh,
Lorenzo.
Love from New Zealand. Tracy's watching. Bill Kwan says, so pumped to watch. Okay, so should we show us one of the scenes?
Yeah, and that's my
Yeah,
uncle, by
let's
the way.
do it.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, Uncle Bill. Okay, gonna play this scene. Scott, do you want to explain a little bit about it before we open it, or do you want to do the scene prior to that one?
Okay. So this scene involves cousin Andy. We're in the middle of one of his schemes to milk some money out of Aura's manager Ted.
Here we go.
Enjoy.
All right, Jay. Now I know that you don't astral project anymore, but
No, you know what? It's fine. I'm in. What do you need me to do?
Oh, okay, good. I need you to be my all-seeing eye.
What the hell does that mean?
I need you to help me make Mr. Williams think that I can see things that I shouldn't be able to see.
Oh, like how many fingers you're holding up?
Yeah. And some other things too, okay?
All right, but I'm not taking sleep mix again, okay? That stuff messes with my brain.
You don't have to. I've got something better. This is a special binaural beat. It'll have you in astral form in seconds. Here, put this on and lay down.
Okay.
Get comfy. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Thank you. Okay, Jay, don't be alarmed. I'm about to call you. Answer his phone. Okay. Testing. Say something, Jay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes! It's working! It works!
I know,
No, I mean it's working! Showtime. Jackson, go get the door. Jay, meet me in the living room.
Yay.
All right, so that's a scene from the film. We have some folks that have been showing up. For some who are coming in now, if you want to give like a quick synopsis of this film.
Yeah, this is a sequel to our 2018 film Mandao of the Dead. It's called Mandao Returns. It is about a astral projecting time traveler, his cousin Andy, his cabbie Fur, his nephew-in-law Jackson, and it takes place. It kind of centers around B movie star Aura Garcia, played by Jenny Lorenzo, and she contacts the guys to help her out of a pickle, out of a very irreversible situation, and it takes us down a rabbit hole of Hollywood cults, intense talent managers, and a quirky group of characters that I hope you guys all enjoy.
Yeah, my husband. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. It's also on Amazon Prime right now. So, it's available, rate, review. It helps us show up. Yeah, Mandao Returns in the background. You see that on Sean's? Yeah. Anyway, Jenny, go ahead. Sorry.
Kiki Chan is excited to watch. So this film that we're talking about right now is a sequel. So there is a part one. My husband, David Gallegos, who most of you know as Tio Benito or Ezekiel, he has an amazing role in the first film. So you get two right now that you can watch back to back. And even still, you would say that Mandao Returns stands on its own.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of the goal, in fact. It's like, I know a lot of people probably are going to go into this one without having seen the first one. And it should be something that I think anyone can pick up and watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We filmed this right before the lockdown. It was probably one of my most fun and fondest memories before quarantine. So thank you guys for that experience. Does anybody who's watching right now, does anybody have any questions regarding the process? Because I myself all of you who follow my work know that I mainly do sketch comedy videos. Sometimes they can be pretty long, like my Thanksgiving one, which was like 18 minutes. So as you can all tell, my heart leans more towards long-form storytelling. Last year we went to Comic-Con because they screamed. Well, that's kind of fitting for this. Screamed their first film at Comic-Con, and I was just so inspired by them as a filmmaker myself, and I told them, I'm like, I really want to make a feature film or even a short film. I really just want to start expanding. So I myself have learned so much from you guys by simply acting in your film, right? And just seeing what you do. So I'm sure there are people watching right now who are aspiring filmmakers and are curious to know, how were you able to make a feature film, to film it in less than a week?
Oh man, I'll let everyone else weigh in on this, obviously, but I just want to say that two things. First of all, Jenny, thanks for being in the movie, because we contacted you like a few days before shooting, and we were like, oh, she's not going to do this, but let's just try. And you said yes, and we were so thankful. How we got this done so fast? Rehearsal. I wrote down all the shots, gave it to my wonderful DP, AJ Young, who kicked ass on this movie. Yeah, I mean, Sean, right? Don't we always you've been in the last one, and we always do rehearsals, figure it out, you know? Can you talk about that too, actually?
Absolutely. I think one of the coolest things about the way you guys work that I love is it's very collaborative. Like, you give us a chance to play in the conversations and the scenes that we have, and then we kind of figure out the technical aspect after that. That's really fun. It's like, and I think that's part of what made it possible to work under such like difficult circumstances, because everyone brought something to the table.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The cast and the crew are absolutely a secret weapon here. You know, the script it's good, but the actors, they add so much dimension and personality that without them, this movie it would be flat. So I always lean on the actors and their ideas, and we overflowed with talent on this one.
Someone was asking about the script writing process and how long did it take to write the script?
Oh man, I actually wrote this a year and a half ago. I got 7 drafts deep. We did a Kickstarter, and then after the Kickstarter was done, I was like, I need to take another pass. I basically threw out what I'd been working on for a year and a half, and I rewrote it. There was a whole...
For a moment, we're going back on now. It happens sometimes where like,
sorry,
are we back on? Even though it's the Ethernet, it is what it is. It's been happening to me throughout the entire pandemic. But I am seeing comments rolling in, so I think we're back. I apologize for that, folks, but most people who watch my streams have seen this happen before. So I want to make sure that my audience thinks is it smooth? Is it running smoothly, guys? Can we move forward?
Yeah, I think it's good for now.
Kind of laggy.
Seems like it.
Okay.
I have my YouTube as well.
Okay.
Starting to get better.
Okay, so I'm gonna show another clip. This is the other one that you sent me, Scott. If you want to tell them what we're gonna watch right now.
This scene involves this bad boy. Now, where's the... This is called a spirit box, and in this scene, it starts working in a big way. You'll see.
Here we go.
Hello? Hello? Is someone here? Is this the entity from earlier today?
Can you hear me? Oh my god, this works.
What's your name?
I need your help.
The wonderful world of quarantine and having to do things this way, but
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna try to play it one more time. It seems like we're okay-ish, but yeah. Internet is tripping.
Hello? Hello? Is someone here? Is this the entity from earlier today?
Hey, can you hear me? Oh my god, this works.
What's your name?
I need your help.
Hey, where are you going? Keep talking to it. Alright, are you human?
Yes?
You sound like a lady. Are you single? Oh, please, like you have a higher chance with a ghost. Oh, no. Binaural track. What are you doing, Uncle Jay?
I'm going under.
I don't think you should. I mean, what if it's a bad spirit?
If I don't wake up in 5 minutes, do it for me, all right?
I don't know.
Jackson, what if this entity needs my help?
Okay, give him to me.
All right.
All right.
I wanted to cut it right at the lag part. I know. But at least most of it played. And then I started noticing the lag on my end. But we got most of that in. Yeah, see, like, Ecamm just sent me a notification saying the stream quality has been lowered. Because, again, 2020, I'm telling y'all, I'm connected to the Ethernet. We drilled holes all over my apartment just to get the top-notch internet, and it's still not where it should be. But I think it's also difficult because we're streaming to 2 different platforms at the same time. There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So, okay, but we're good right now. So, does anybody have any questions? Or those of you who are tuning in now, I am here with the cast and creators of Mandao Returns and the entire Mandao franchise, which I think is awesome. I became an instant fan with the first film, not just because my husband's in it, but I do. It's totally a film that this is the kind of movie that I would have dug even if I didn't know any of you.
Oh, thank
Awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to do that. And again, I am a character in the sequel. You can watch both films. They're out now on Amazon Prime. The sequel just premiered not long ago, like maybe a week ago. So we're really just trying to get the word out because it's so important, especially in today's day where Latino and Asian content creators, filmmakers, actors are really trying to stand out and be heard and tell our stories. And so that's why I think this is really important for us to keep supporting each other, especially in the independent space, because this is where it all begins. You know. Want to make sure. I feel like I'm lagging on my end, but
I think it's going good now.
Okay.
Yeah, to speak on that, like the fact that this kind of has, you know, some Asian, it's got this Asian flavor to it, but not in the normal way. Like, Sean, we don't do any martial arts, right? So, in it, and
I was
we're
waiting
just
for
kind
it.
of,
I was waiting for it, Scotty.
I know, well, the third one, you know, but
Okay.
but this is a fun one, and I know that maybe I wouldn't have been cast as Jay Mandao. I don't even know if Jay Mandao would have been invented the way he is. He's kind of he's unique, and it's really, I think, and like Jenny's a content maker. She's bringing characters that remind people of their families, and you know, never underestimate what it's like to see people like your family members on screen represented. That's a big deal. And it's kind of like Mandao does that in its own small way. So it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I mean,
say, you know, I've always. Oh, sorry, Jenny. Go ahead.
Oh no, Boo! Please, no, you go.
Girl, this lag is killing. I was gonna say, I've told a bunch of filmmakers before that it's very hard. You know, when I came out to Hollywood, I never thought I would get to be a family member because I'm half Chinese, and it's like I never saw them being part of the family. It's always like the neighbor or the best friend. And it's so awesome. I feel like at this point in my life, I'm starting to see that so much more. We're starting to like ask for representation, and it's so cool. Like I've, you know, to have the opportunity to be in a family this time, you know. So that's what I gotta say.
No, that's
yeah. Go ahead, Jenny. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm trying to take in all the comments from these folks at the same time and making sure that questions are being answered. My ADHD brain is like,
Same, and I'm not even doing half of what you're doing.
But it's
I know, right?
it's the same reason why I went to film school, because I was tired of going to auditions and they didn't know what to do with me because I wasn't Latina enough, but then I also wasn't Caucasian enough, and so they didn't know what to do with me. I wasn't sexy enough to sell toothpaste. I don't know. It was just so tough. And so I was like, you know what? I want to tell my own stories. So I went to film school. Not that you need to go to film school, but it's why I wanted to learn how to become a better writer, director, producer, editor, etc.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's because we need it. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say that in regards to making your own content, I think it's imperative now these days, especially with like what the pandemic has caused for the rest of Hollywood. They're having to rethink how they make things, especially because since everything's going to streaming, like how is that going to fix their bottom line, you know? And so I think it's important for people, diverse people, to create their own content and continue building their audience. And so people like you, Jenny, and like all of us, we're making our own content. And the Mandao universe is about, you know, astral projection, time travel, and it just so happens to have a primarily a diverse cast of Asian, Latino, and LGBT people. And so I think that's very important to us, and we want to push that forward, and we need your support.
Tim Morrill. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Tim Morrill. No, this is about Tim Morrill. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tim Morrill asked, he said that these movies seem to take place on holidays, and can we expect, the first one's Halloween, the second one's Christmas, can we expect this kind of thing in the future installments? I don't know. What would it be, like summer, maybe? I don't know.
Spicy St. Patty's Day.
Spicy St.
Woo! That would be a time to astral project.
Would we drink a lot of whiskey?
Yeah, we just drink
or New Year's. What's like right there.
New Year's might be a good
clock,
one.
midnight.
Yeah.
We're brainstorming now,
Just
folks.
the whole year of 2020.
What's that?
I said the whole year of 2020. We're gonna make it a holiday.
There you go.
That's its own event. Yeah, some people are saying Easter, Valentine's Day. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Easter.
Christmas in July, or is that just an Aussie thing?
Ooh, I like that. That's unique.
We'll start doing multicultural holidays like Diwali and Kwanzaa.
Jay, you have until the stroke of midnight to fix 2020, says Lucky Cockroach.
Lucky Cockroach, that's AJ. That's AJ, our DP.
Oh, hey, AJ! AJ did such a good job filming this. Do you want to give the folks watching an insight as to how many people you had? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to inspire other creators to realize that they can do this. You can make a feature film. Do you have any advice for people who want to get started, even if it's just making a 5-minute short, but especially a feature?
Okay, yeah. Well, I think that Gina and I's experience can help you a little bit. Get a professional sound guy, you know, to capture audio. It's just one of the most important things. Get yourself an amazing DP. We found both of those things in AJ Young and Rakesh Anderson. He's the sound guy. This team right here, if they're great, your movie has a better chance of being its best self. I don't know. And rehearse. I don't care if you're like a stand-up comedian, you still need to rehearse just to, you know, these days are very fast. Like a week, that's not very long to make a feature film. So be prepared, you know, and get good team members and get a great cast. They will save your butt.
I will say, as an actor who barely gets direction a lot of the time when I'm acting in other people's projects. You were probably one of the first directors to direct me.
Really?
Yes. Not
Well,
just
how was
not just direct, but rehearse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I have what happens to me a lot specifically is that people see my videos, right? And then they go, I'm gonna cast Jenny. Then they just trust me too much. And they're like, oh, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're funny, you're great. And then they just let me do whatever I want without realizing that I am such a type A perfectionist. And since I work on a lot of my own videos, I'm so used to stopping my DP and being like, can I see that take? Like, I need to see, I need to make sure that I was good. You know, if not, we're gonna redo it. So I can't do that on other people's sets. Who am I? I don't know, insert blank diva name. I don't want to call anybody out, but anyway. But I'm not gonna be like Scott. I need to just stop production and see the take. So you really, as an actor, you really have to trust the director. But it's so nice when they put so much focus on the actors, because not every director is an actor's director. And then the rehearsal is really nice and truly appreciated.
Oh,
So,
man, thank you so much.
It was
I'm so
a really
glad you-
great experience. I know we're running out of... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add a little fun anecdote to your character. So 2 days, literally 2 days before filming Mandao Returns, we actually had another actress cast as Jenny's character. And she had to drop out. It was a scheduling conflict. And Jenny was just like, we were like, would you mind doing this little movie of ours? And she was like, okay. So the fact that we wanted to actually ask you earlier, but we thought, oh, she's so busy, she probably wouldn't do this. But the fact that you jumped on and like took it, like you went like full throttle for it, and it's just like, we're so happy how it turned out.
Because I read the script. I mean, again, I already knew you guys. I saw the first film. I loved it. So I already knew what I was going to get myself into. And the role for Aura is the kind of role that I've been wanting to play for a long time. And a lot of folks, like I said earlier, have had a hard time casting me. They don't know what to do with me. I get sent to like commercial auditions where I have to be a mom making pizza bites for her kid. But it really, like, look, I know I'm old enough to be a mom many times over, but it's just, they don't know my type, and it's a thing. It happens. I mean, Sean, you all as actors know what it's like, the struggle. So when I read the role for Aura, I was like, ooh, this is interesting. Like, this is something I've been wanting to play, you know? We had Jacob ask a good question. How much character came from script and how much from script? More on that, please. And again, reiterated saying how much character from actor script.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Great question, first of all. Man, that's a great question. I would just answer kind of that these characters are, they're written, they have all the information they need, you know, but I think it's the actors who come in and they're not stiff, these actors that we have. They really imbue sort of a color to it, a sort of like a vibe to it. I think that the actors bring so much to the characters in the script that they need. I'm babbling. Someone else. I don't know. I think
I was gonna say
the
something
actors
about
really
this,
inform the characters and make them come alive, in my opinion.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sean?
I was gonna say I noticed specifically when I started reading the script for Returns that there was a lot more y'alls thrown in there. I'm like, oh, this sounds very much like me. Like, there's something about that like, and I think that makes sense. I think that if you're on a series, like, that tends to happen. Like, it kind of blends together. Like, you kind of rest into the character, and you also you have a writing team or people who notice what you're doing and add that. And I definitely noticed, Scott, you definitely did that. From like, not to say that like we're not the same person, but I think that like definitely I noticed a little bit of what I brought to Cousin Andy in the first movie, kind of inserted in there, made it so much fun to play with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for people who don't know, Sean Liang, he came in and auditioned for Darth on the first movie, Mandao of the Dead. and he was really good. It wasn't what was right for Darth, but he was such a great energy that I wrote him into the first movie. He was a small part, and in the second movie, he comes back in a big way. And you killed it. And you're right, I did put those y'alls in there because of you. And I just thought, oh, man, it just was fun thinking of you saying it.
Yeah,
I love you can hear the voice in the writing. I love it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Do you guys want to show the last scene?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You want to explain before we play?
This is a scene involving Aura Garcia and Fur in a very special way. She's talking about this cult called the Population.
Hollywood is a sick place, and you would know that. Look at you. You don't get to the top unless you sacrifice. And I really mean that. You have to sacrifice someone. These actors in the $20 million club, they didn't get to where they are without having sacrificed something. Someone.
I think you're taking that too literally.
No, I'm not. Have you ever heard of the Population?
Is that a band?
It's a club. All these celebrities, all these A-listers are a part of it. It's like I can't even name people. You know them, okay? And on Christmas Eve, at midnight, it's gonna be official. I'm gonna be one of them. I am ready to sacrifice.
Oopsie. Yes, so that's the last scene that we are showing. No, Julian, that is not Marucci's robes, but I totally had Marucci's robes vibes when they gave it to me because I have almost the same bathrobe in hot pink for one of my characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you're like, wear this! Yeah, so, oh gosh, this was such a fun role to play, and I hope that, this live chat Q&A inspires some of you watching to give it a shot and watch it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we hope you do, and we're so thankful you guys tuned in the first place, and we really hope you enjoy this. And you guys, my cast here, you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Pleasure working with you. I hope we can continue doing this.
Yeah, so if anybody has some last-minute questions before we go, I know we went a little over, but it's fine because my audience is used to me talking for a long time. This is actually a short live. Still.
Okay.
But yeah, if anybody has any questions, we can answer them now before we go. So this is not so much a question, more so a comment from Eileen. Oh, this is the fiction book called Stranger with My Face with Astral Projection. Oh, is this fiction book called Stranger with My Face with Astral Projection and with dark tones like the last scene?
We never read that book, but that sounds like a really good book. But we just took elements, or Scotty took elements from different places in regards to astral projection, time travel, and this one involves Hollywood cults. Like, there's this conspiracy theory going around about like Hollywood, the Illuminati, and like secret societies, and so we just kind of incorporated that into this one.
Someone asked, I think this is important, yeah. Is it kid-friendly?
I would say PG-13 because it does have a lot of curse words. There's a tiny bit of violence, but it's not super scary. Actually, our last review from this publication called Film Threat said that it was wholesome. There was like a lot of wholesome comedy and things to it. So I think 13 years old is a good.
There is mild drug use.
Oh yeah, drug use.
There is drug use, so like again, trigger warning, there's, talk of overdose, but it's like you don't see that happen. Right. Even the drug use is, I would still classify it as PG-13. It's not gruesome, but yeah.
It feels like a Goosebumps, or are you afraid of the the Dark for like adults. It's that tone of, I would almost say it would be for families, except for all of that stuff. But I it totally feel, because I still watch that. It's still on my queue. I watch Are You Afraid of the Dark, and it totally feels like that, like we grew up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my show back in the day. Like,
yeah.
hands down.
So that's pretty. I
liked
definitely
Eerie
wouldn't
Indiana.
watch it with like really young kids or anything, because they still might get scared, and there's again tones that they might not be ready for. Nothing sexual, but you know, again, like the reason why we're doing this live is again to spread the word, to get more people to watch, and you know, review. You can leave a review for the film on Amazon as well, and I think this is just really important for the community, as you know, for the Latino community, for the Asian community out here in Hollywood. It is a big deal, and this is just how, these are the baby steps. These are the steps that are needed to take in order to sell the show, in order to get your film purchased and put on larger platforms and get that type of exposure. And it all starts with us as an audience supporting small creators, filmmakers, especially again within the Latino and Asian communities, because we're really, really trying to build up, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I totally agree.
Yes, representation is so important, as Cassie says. And
I agree. I think there's a lot of conversation recently about representation, even as far as like people going to like protesting and stuff for it. And so I think it's really important that a way to get Hollywood to listen to you is to actually support content creators who are diverse, because what Hollywood cares about is the numbers. So are you subscribed to different diverse people? Are you buying their stuff? Are you watching their content? Because if not, Hollywood doesn't care.
yes, so exactly what Gina said. They are not going to trust that we can bring the money, because at the end of the day, that's what Hollywood is. They just care about the money, and if they're worried that people are not going to see our stories because the audience isn't showing up for it based on ratings from other shows that may have failed, right? Like other Latino, Asian-centered movies, TV shows, etc., they're not going to then give other future Asian and Latino creators a shot. And that's just how it is, and it's really hard, and it's a continual fight. So yeah, that's why this is so important. And there were some questions that I posted up there. I don't know, Scott, if you caught them before they disappeared.
Congratulations on this is from Jacob, casting ethnically ambiguous actors, and there was another one too, that it was so important representation, stuff like that. People really want this. I heard in the first one you had a guy with yeah, there was this guy with gorgeous curly hair.
Yes. My husband, who is Peruvian, Puerto Rican, talking about ethnically ambiguous, my husband is definitely that. No one can ever guess where he's from. It is.
Check
I'm
him
sure.
out in Mandao of the Dead. Check him out.
Yeah.
He plays Darth.
Yeah. I actually had the same problem when I was like auditioning, like just as an actress auditioning. Because so for those who don't know, I'm Mexican American. My parents immigrated from Mexico to the United States, so I'm completely, Mexican. But nobody ever guesses. They think either I'm Italian or I'm Jewish or something.
Same thing happens to me though. A lot of people are like, "What? Huh? What are you?" Obviously, when I'm in Miami, everyone's like, "Okay, you're Cuban, bing, bing," and we all like bang on pots and pans, and it's fine. But like, people out here, they look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're just but your mouth and you sound weird. This isn't a regular accent." Okay, and then they just combust. They don't know where to categorize us, which again is why it's so important to cast diversely and all the ethnicities and backgrounds and races, because that is what the earth looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, This was great. This was pretty much almost an hour-long stream, but you know, a lot of folks seem to be really interested in watching. So yeah, and someone else had asked if both of the films are on Amazon Prime, and they are. So you can watch both. They're up now. Thank you again. And I'm sure in the comment section we can provide a link. I've also been spreading the word about it on all of my socials for the past week. We all have. So thank you all so much for watching and supporting.
Thank you all.
Yes. And before we go, real quick, on January 22nd, we are having a live watch party of Mandao Returns with this publication called Film Threat. It's going to be huge. So it'll be live streaming. There'll be casts and, interviews with the cast. So definitely join us for that on January 22nd.
Oh, that's really nice, Eggsy Gonzalez says, thank you so much for doing a whole live stream. I can't wait to watch it. Thank you for watching. Yes, you all are super great. Love you all. And take care. Happy holidays.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Let me try to. I'm like, where do I click on the X? I promise you, I'm not trying to do the Latino goodbye. It's me more just like, oh, there's the finish button. Okay, great. One more comment that I think is really nice to highlight. Thank you guys for changing the film industry for the future generation. That's really, really sweet. Thank you, Betty. You're so kind. Thank you. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.